All right, we're live, you guys. I think we're live. Are we live? We're live. Cool. It's been a while, you guys. Give me a second while I get some more light in here. Can't seem to find my lighter. What the hell? Sorry, you guys. What the hell? Where'd my lighter go? Welcome back to your host, Keith. You're a man of letters here, bringing you knowledge, information, but mostly entertainment. It's good to be back. I've been out for a little bit because we had a baby, and he's doing great. And his name's Atlas. So yeah, it's been quite the feat hanging and handling a newborn. So ow, that's why I've been kind of MIA, but we're back now. Nice to see you guys. Hope you've been well. Nice. Cool. So how you guys been? Tonight we're gonna do a freestyle. Actually, I don't even know if there's anyone in the room yet. Normally I wait about 10 minutes or so to crack things off. So for watching this video after the live, ASMR. What was I saying? Yeah, so just gonna kick it for a sec, get my bearings straight. We got some microwaved food, because that's how we do these days. If you got your smoke, if you got your drink, now's your time. Oh, that didn't work at this point. Oh, damn, you guys. It's been one hell of a 72 hours. 72 hours. I'm going to log into the Facebook Live on my phone so I can read your guys' comments, because I can't see them right now. Phone so I can read your guys' comments. And we are live. Oh, Richard Garcia. I'm not sure if it's my dad or my brother, but what up? You guys both have the same exact screen names for your YouTube channels. What up, Trent? TK, nice to see you. What's up, Pops? Good evening, Lalina Conklin. Conklin. Oh, it's my dad. What's up, Pops? Yeah, I wasn't gonna go live until you called me and said that there was no work at 8 tomorrow. And then I was like, dope, I can sleep in. So I hopped on a live. Ooh, promotion time. I'll make it short. All the candles you see here on the video are made by myself by 100% beeswax and filled with 100% essential oils of lavender and cedar. All made in-house. I got cool pyramid ones. I got cool rose ones. I got cool big-ass 19-ounce pillars that burn for like 40 hours. all of which can be found on my Etsy shop in the description of this video. And that does it for the promotion and marketing. Thanks for bearing with me. Tonight I was thinking, whoa, might have put a little too much gin in this particular drink. Thinking maybe do live reading of what was it? We haven't finished. We're like a couple chapters away from finishing the Emerald Tablets, or we can just shoot off live Q&A. That's really all I ever do on lives. So if you guys want to do one of those two things, that would be great. Just let me know. Hello, Stephanie. Nice to see you. And Old and Miserable. Thank you. I have a new idea of how you can help me, by the way, Old and Miserable, with the video clips. But it might take a long time, which is why I haven't done it. But taking like heavy hitting lines from different videos that I have and compiling it into like a 10-second intro to my videos. Does that make sense? I saw that on someone's YouTube channel. It was some famous speaker, but they took a whole bunch of his clips, made it into a 10-second intro of the channel. And I was like, damn, that's dope. I should do that for my channel. So if you're up to that task, Old and Miserable, that would be a wonderful way to help out. It's actually something that would be awesome to get done. But yeah. Oh, Lalina. Well, you're going to love these candles. They're dope. I'm sure you buy wonderful candles of your own. But these ones are just hand poured by yours truly. So beeswax, pure essential oil, not fragrances, essential oil. So while it doesn't smell as strong as fragrances, it is cleaner, non-carcinogenic, therapeutic, because you have the aromatherapy properties of the oils. The wicks are 100% hemp wick, so there's none of the weird zinc shit going on in it. Yeah. Oh man, Old and Miserable, thanks so much, dude. That's huge. That helps a lot. That helps a lot. Angela Byers, hello, welcome to the squad. Oh shit, Dreadlife, you had a third child on the 12th? Dude, we've got kids within days apart of each other. That's awesome. Why didn't you say something before? That's super cool. Congratulations. The 12th. Mine came out this 15th. Oh, thanks, Lillian. I really appreciate it. That means a lot. The squad grows ever onward. What am I eating? I'm eating microwaved. I don't even know what the hell these are called. What are these? Spring rolls? Microwaved spring rolls. It's all I could muster to do. I had to edit a video to catch up, and then I was like, I'm gonna go live because I don't have much time to do lives, but this is a good time. Just slipping whatever I can get it these days. So spring rolls with lightly what do you call it? What's the word? Lightly spritzed with some organic coconut. It's like soy it's like soy sauce, but they make it out of coconuts, so it tastes like soy sauce, but it's not soy sauce. It's kind of sweet, a little sweeter version of soy sauce. It's actually kind of bomb. They are definitely. I like how all my live chats lately have turned into mukbangs. And if you don't know what mukbangs are, it's not a type of Japanese cartoon porn. It's when people eat on camera. It's a huge thing in the YouTube community, apparently. Who would have thought something like that would get big, but apparently it is. Trent, thanks, man. Good looking out. Penny Lane, how's it going? Oh, so we have 18 people in here. We have enough people in the room to kick off whatever you guys want to do. So, I know I haven't been hyping up the spiritual lectures too much lately, just because that hasn't been where the energy's been flowing. But happy to kick that energy back off. Happy to do another live reading. It's been a while since we've done a live reading. Those are always fun. Make sure to pull out your oregano or your drink to join the squad. Anumus holding it down. Tracy Wilkie. Awfully ominous emojis that you chose to like to show us, and I like it. From the one here, what up? Jake the Snake. What it do, boo boo? We're gonna light this bad boy. You ready to light this? You guys want to light this candle? We're gonna light this candle. We're doing it. We're about to crank this bitch up. I ran out of a certain sized wick, so I had to use a really big wick for this one, so it's probably gonna burn hella bright. I'm excited to see how it looks. This would have flowers directly in front of this candle, but my camera doesn't pick up the flowers. It only picks up. Come on. What do you guys want? The full screen, or do you guys want the close-up screen? It's on you guys. Trey Day, what up, man? Nice to see you. Penny Lane, I do sell my candles. Absolutely. You can find it in the description box. I sell all kinds of shit. I make dream tinctures. I make hydrosols, like floral waters. I have lavender water and rosemary water. And I just finished my mugwort, you guys. So you guys kept asking me about the mugwort that was supposed to be there but wasn't there. I finally distilled a bunch of mugwort so you guys can have access to that. We're killing it on all fronts. Just the baby making front, the business front, the YouTube front, music front. Life is just popping on all ends. The sleep front is lacking, but that's fine. We can sleep when we're dead. There's plenty of time for sleep. Plenty of time for sleep somewhere. When I said baby making, I meant literal baby making, like a baby was born, not sex. Just to clarify that. Not that I'm saying that that's not part of it, just that just in that moment in time, that wasn't what I was referring to. Just to, you know. Looking for some good tunes to put on in the background. I'm feeling magical right now. I'm feeling epic adventure magical right now. So hold on. Kind of whimsical, kind of dark moonlight. You know what I mean? Not dark of the darkness, but dark of the night. I found myself listening to Renaissance Gregorian chants the other night. And not only was I listening to it, I was really enjoying it. Because don't know what Gregorian chants are. It's like the monks that would sing the really ominous, dark choir chambers in the old Renaissance cathedrals and stuff like that. It's super epic, like Christmas style music. The darker, old, epic Christmas music is like Gregorian chant almost. Oh, Johanna. What up, Johanna? Everyone say hi to Johanna. She's actually a very good friend of mine. She's awesome. She's from Sweden, and I would suggest her services of photography, but none of you guys live in the LA area. But if you do, check out Johanna. She does amazing work. I'm doing good though, Johanna. Thanks for asking. I gotta send it. I'm gonna need baby photos soon, Johanna. So I'm gonna need your help. Isha, baby, Angela Byers, Jay Leah. I'm not sure if I missed anyone. Aisha, glowing like new daddy love. That's so sweet. Thanks. Where do I send you an emerald tablet? Bill Gorman, where the hell you been, man? That's Bill, you can send it to my address. Just email me and I'll send you my address. Not like my address isn't on my Etsy anyways if you order from me, but for the sake of people, I don't know. Email me and I'll send you my address to my email. You can send it there. But it's not the right one. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. I'm trying to find some good music. Ooh, some Renaissance loot. What up with that? You guys don't know. What do you guys know about that Renaissance loot? We're gonna rock this for a second. If it gets weird, we'll just change it. Fighting criminal judges, good, Bill. Fight the good fight. Fight the good fight, Bill. Jake the Snake, to answer your question, is there a point to paying attention to politics while on the spiritual path? Absolutely. Well, I shouldn't say absolutely. I like paying attention to politics because paying attention to politics lets you know where the general consensus of humanity is. And what I mean by that is there is a psyche among the human race where we share ideas or we share fears or we share, it's, the what's the word, a global consciousness, right? We share a global consciousness where humanity acts as a hive, a beehive, or an ant colony, or mushroom mycelium, where it's all tied together. We're all synapses, we're all part of a giant brain, and to follow politics is to follow where that brain is. It's to show what our biggest fears are, what our biggest excitement is. So it's good to follow politics because it gives you a good indicator of where humanity is, where the energy is, where the emotions are, where the focus is. Other than that, I personally don't follow politics. It's necessary, right? Because our government is the brain of our society. So it's pretty fucking important. But I'm not necessarily that drawn to it myself, past the surface. So to answer your question shortly, it's up to you. You don't have to follow politics to be spiritual. It's good to follow politics because it's good to be up to date on current events, because being up to date on current events is useful, right? It doesn't hurt. So Hello, Jennifer Pete. Fake news. Fake news. So I'm catching up on. If you guys see me looking down, I'm not ignoring you. I'm actually shifting my focus from my camera to your comments because I'm not looking at a computer screen. I'm looking at my camera. Uvisius Nurquan. I don't know what the hell that means, but I'm glad you're checking in because we got a good squad here. And it sounds like it's even better now that we have a virtual adept checking in from the wired. Good night, Lalina. Thanks for stopping by. Boot the horse. Wow. So Uvisius Nurquan left a comment that says consensus is the term used by mages, especially amongst the technocracy, to refer to the overriding consensual reality created by the beliefs of sleepers. That is probably the most interesting sentence I've read in a really long time. Uvisius, I would love it if you would send me an email or something like that on like videos or material that I could read to get on whatever level you're on, because I loved that. That was really cool, and I would like to know more about that. Oh, Dread Life. That's right. The last video I put out was our band rehearsal. I looked back on it and the audio sucked balls, but I'm limited. You know what I mean? I'm limited to what I can do, but I just wanted to share you guys. But some other man letter stuff that we do. Oh, a book of recipes for fragrances? What a fantastic idea. I'm going to write that down. Hold on, I'm going to write that down. Cool. Thanks for the tip. How fucking cool does this pyramid candle look, though? I'm looking at it on the screen and it looks epic. I like it. Yeah, Penny Lane gave a good point. Follow it, but don't get swept up by it. That's what I kind of try to do. Just watch politics as if it were a play, like the same way you would watch Hamlet. Just watch it. Look at the different characters. Look at both sides. Look at why people from one side, why do they believe what they believe? Look at the other side. Why do they believe what they believe? You know, try to discern. Use discernment. Who's right? Who's wrong? What makes sense? What doesn't? But yeah, exactly. Don't become swept up in it. Just be an observer most of the time, right? Because politics can get dicey. But that's a good way to put it. Poetry. Son of Earth and Sky, haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Thanks for coming to hang out. Or you can decode, yeah. But you see the thing about decoding, you guys? There's a lot of things about decoding. But decoding is you can decode anything, even if there's nothing to decode. You can still decode it, right? Like if you're looking for faces in the clouds, you're gonna see faces in the clouds. You know, like what you look for, you will see. So sometimes the whole thing with symbols and trying to decode stuff is that you're decoding something that doesn't have a code. Not to say that there isn't code. There's code laced in everything, especially politics and movies and shit. But I don't know. Something for me when you want to when all you want to do is decode something is you almost take away a certain vitality of it. You take away a certain holistic viewpoint of the thing. Like if you're only looking, for example, politics, if you're only looking for code, then you're taking away real life people who are believing in real life things, who are trying to make real life changes. So it's bigger than just code. Yeah, that's why I don't hunt for codes too much. I look for codes when I'm reading like Thoth, the Emerald Tablets. But with politics, I'm not so much reading code. I'm more so reading people and what people believe and why they believe it. Like, for example, Trump. About 10 years ago when I was in college coming up, and, you know, it's always a younger crowd who's the most emotional about politics. Because they're just turning 18 and they're just going to university and they're being taught how cruel the world is and how much we need change, right? Which is why we elected Obama, because change, right? Yet Obama dropped more bombs than any other president, period. He dropped like 4 times as many bombs as Clinton did. So, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was there was this idea, a consensus among the people that the president is somewhat of a puppet, that there's this Illuminati, right, or Big Brother that controls everything, and the president is the spokesperson for that entity, is the puppet for that entity. You can't believe politics, you can't believe CNN, you can't believe Fox, you can't believe MSNBC. And there's some validity in that because they're all controlled, all these just companies that represent the right side of politics and companies that represent the left side of politics, and they're funding them both, yet both those things are opposing to each other, which gives you the impression that it's all staged, it's all a hoax, which is why I say look at it like it's a play, because I believe that a lot of this is staged. Sorry, I'm getting on a tangent, but to reel it back in, Trump comes along and everyone loses their shit. All the progressives lose their shit. All the spiritualists lose their shit. My community loses their shit. The same community that says the president is just a puppet a few years ago now are swept away by the politics of Trump and what he represents. And it's just like, to me, I'm looking at them going, didn't we just have this conversation 20 minutes ago about how the president is just a puppet and it's just a facade? And now Trump gets elected and everyone forgets that. They forget that the presidency is, politics lie to us. And JFK lied to us, right? Everyone says JFK was this wonderful president, you know what I'm saying? But he lied about Vietnam. He was the first president to say, oh no, nothing's happening in Vietnam. Meanwhile, we're bombing the fuck out of North Vietnam. We're just carpeting North Vietnam like a bunch of ants, just burying them in their own feces and mud and dirt, just raining fire and brimstone from the sky, right? Meanwhile, JFK is saying, oh no, nothing's going on in Vietnam. And of course the people believed him because that's what you do. You believe your president. So every single time there's scandal and there's lies and there's deceit and there's betrayal. And so people have been like, all right, we can't trust these guys. It's a puppet. There's something bigger going on. There's enough evidence out there to support that there's something going on behind the scenes, that there's a puppet master, pulling the strings of things, guiding people's attention over here. False flag this, false flag that. Trump comes in and everyone again loses their shit. And it's like a magician, right? He says, look at this hand. Meanwhile, he's pickpocketing you, takes your fucking wallet out of your pocket while he shines this flashy card, and he shines Trump in front of your face, and he shines Obama in front of your face, and he shines ISIS in front of your face, and he shines immigration in front of your face, and he shines gender equality and gender, whatever the gender thing is now, he flashes that in front of your face. Meanwhile, all kinds of forsaken shit's going on behind the scenes, and that's really what's happening with politics that no one wants, that people talk about until the next big distraction comes up, and then they forget again, like Trump. The next big distraction comes up, and then people forget. So that's my 4 cents on politics and magicians. Something. I'm reading comments right now. Yeah, Uvesius. Well, the sleepers are the sleepers, Penny Lane. I'm assuming, if I may assume, the sleepers are the ones who are not conscious of reality, conscious of the patterns of reality, of how to control reality, of how reality is an illusion, albeit a persistent illusion. Right? So don't get it twisted. While reality is an illusion, it's a persistent illusion, and that we have to abide by the laws to play the game. Just because it's an illusion doesn't mean it's any less important, is what I'm getting at. Old and miserable, I wouldn't say that you're a sleeper. I wouldn't consider anyone in this room a sleeper. There's people, curious people are not asleep, they're curious. Maybe might not be enlightened matrix manipulators, but we are at least curious. I don't Twitter. Egregores. Now, egregores, I don't know what egregores are. Penny Lane, well said. The Trumps are far. Exactly, because people are swept up in the emotion of the moment. Oh yeah, my bad. Older, miserable people in general, for sure. Ooh, old and miserable. That definition is amazing. Do you guys know who he wrote Think and Grow Rich? The hell is his name? Napoleon Hill talks about this, not in an occult sense, but I do think that he was into some occult shit, because the way he writes is fucking occult to a T. He just applies it to business. But he says, he refers to a what's the name for it? Fuck, I can't. Basically, he says anytime two people come together, they're two spirits mixed to create one conscious entity between the two of them, and it's called something. He gives it a name, but it's kind of what you're talking about. Egregore. A cult concept representing a thought form or collective group mind, an autonomous psychic entity made up of and influencing the thoughts of a group of people. Nice. Eleni Sarasier, hello, welcome. Welcome to the squad. Nice to see you here. Sit down, take your shoes off, stay a while. Like how we're just listening to 15th century Renaissance lute music right now. How does Ronnie feel? Who's Ronnie? Eleni, thank you. Appreciate it. Again, the squadron grows ever onward. All right. we can spruce up the jams a bit. I'm sleepy as fuck too, though, so it could be my sleepiness rubbing off on you guys. How does Ronnie feel? I mean, is that question for me? Ronnie feels great. I'm not sure. I would say Ronnie feels fantastic. You should tell him. You should say, hey, Ronnie, I'm into you. I like what you do. I like how you do it. You got a hell of a style. And I want to be all up in that style. What do you think? See what he says. I put this on the other night. Trying to find some other tunes to put on in the background, y'all. Daduk. We're kicking it back in the sands. Thank you, Jennifer. Pete, I appreciate the kind words. It means a lot. Thanks, Jake the Snake. Appreciate it. Am I into spiritualism? Yes, I am into spiritualism. I wouldn't call myself a spiritualist, but I'm absolutely into spiritualism. I find it to be one of the most interesting avenues of magic. That is, if by spiritualism you mean like Aleister Crowley and that route of magic and occult and esoteric studies. But yeah, I definitely it's super cool. Ooh, pirate songs from Assassin's Creed. If you guys don't like this, I'm down because I fucking love pirates. So count me in. Euvizius, you're talking jibber jabber, man. You're talking like lesson 9, and we haven't even gone over lesson 1 yet. You're not making any sense. Except for the comment on neophytes. I'm kind of following you there. Penny Lane, I'm on Instagram. ManofLettersOfficial. I believe it's in the description of this video. D. Uller, will I be doing a live reading or commentary on the Book of Enoch at some point? Absolutely. I wanted to finish Emerald Tablets first. We could finish that tonight if you guys want to. The Emerald Tablets, I believe we have 2 or 3 more chapters left. And then I'd be happy to do the Book of Enoch. But I'm not reading the 3rd chapter. I'm not reading the 3rd book of Enoch. I refuse to read the 3rd book of Enoch. That shit is fucking ridiculous. Have you guys seen the 3rd book of Enoch? For like an hour and a half, I have to say stuff like, the moon went on the 3rd house and fell in the southwest by southwest, and the sun rose in the northeast and came across the waters by the southwest, and then the moon sank below the northwest horizon on the southwest fires, and then the sun came up on the other 6th, and it just goes, it's just ridiculous. I didn't even stop. That's why I only have 2 books that I made an audiobook out of on the Book of Enoch, because fuck that. Ain't nobody got time to read the 3rd book of Enoch. I have way better things to do. But the 1st book was fascinating, so I'd be happy to read the 1st book of Enoch for you guys. Penny Lane, yes, my name is Keith. Yaksha and Sons of Earth, you guys are too cute. Herpy Eater. Savage. Oh man, that is... I don't know how I feel about your name, your comment, or your profile picture. Definitely not vibing on that. Yeah. Do you have 1 quarter on you by any chance? Let me look. But yes, probably. Oh, I have exactly 1 quarter actually. Sorry, I'm having a hard time keeping up with you guys' comments, so. Oh, Jake the Snake, you're gonna like 7 Pillars. I know I'm a little biased because I wrote it, but it's fucking good. You're gonna love it, actually. It's gonna change your life. Hopefully it changes your life. It should. It will change your life. Dealer, I got you. Can read it. Yeah, I know they're important. I'm sure they're important. I mean, someone took the time to write them down. So I didn't mean to hate on it. I'm sure it's not fun to read at all. It's actually drives me crazy to read it. So, yeah. Oh, well, that's awesome. Congratulations, you guys. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to hate on the Book of Enoch. But I am kind of a hater, so that being said, I really don't want to read. If I was getting paid to read the Book of Enoch, then absolutely I would read the 3rd chapter 10 times. 10 times over and 10 times again. Okay, so I'm going to go back and answer a question by Via de Ballantyne, who asked, why does the occult have such a bad reputation? Well, occult means hidden. So plain and simple, out the gates, people aren't going to like it because it's hidden. People tend not to like hidden things because they don't know what they are, hence hidden. So people don't like things that they don't understand, first and foremost. Occult things, people never fucking understand, so they're not going to like them out of the gates. 2, the occult rose. Actually, don't quote me on this, but the occult became popular over the past couple 100 years. Like, I don't know. What I'm getting at is it contradicted the teachings of the Roman Catholic Church, which has been the dominating religion in the West since the birth of Christ, since like 800 AD, really, when it started picking up momentum. And then, actually, no, even before that, when the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, right, because of Catholicism, split into two. You had the Byzantine Empire, then you had the Roman Empire, the traditional, with Rome as the capital. And so since then till now, anything that goes against the church is bad. The occult went directly against the church. So anyone who practiced the occult would get burned at the stake because it was witchcraft and devil worshipping, not because it was witchcraft and devil worshipping, but because it went against the church, and anything that went against the church was devil worshipping and witchcraft. So the occult had everything going against it. The church hated it, killed anyone who practiced it because it wasn't the church. Also because it's hidden in nature. That's what occult means. It's hidden. So that's why the occult gets a bad rap. Plus, you had people like Aleister Crowley who made it popular in the 20th century, and he was having crazy parties and orgies, and people were getting naked and doing drugs and dancing around fires in the middle of the forest, which sounds like an amazing time, by the way. I don't know what's wrong with that, but obviously that's going to get pinned as a negative thing. So, yeah. C'est la vie, you know? Herpy eater. I can't. I can't with your name. I can't. Would DMT change your life and your way of thinking? Yes. To answer you guys' question, I'm probably going to answer yes to anytime you guys ask me if something changes your life, because everything changes your life. I don't care if you decide to exit the freeway one exit before your actual exit, like that's going to change your life. Everything you fucking do, you guys, is going to change your life. So to answer your question, would DMT change your life? Absolutely. Have I tried it? No, I haven't. I intend to eventually. It just, whenever it feels right. I haven't tried it. But yeah, it should. I mean, it should. Jake the Snake, I will. I want to do a reading in the Gospel of Thomas. Just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. Have I tried Ormus? Stephanie Downey? Yes, I have tried Ormus. It's been a while though. I was into the study of Ormus and all the things in that world when I was living in San Francisco, but that was like, damn, I was still 22 when I was doing that. Almost 10 years ago, you guys. Holy shit, it's been almost 10 years on this journey of the weirdness that I've been into. Religion of global colonization, yes. Slavi Studio, another OG. Everyone say hello to Slavi. How you doing? Nice to see you here. Damn, Jake the Snake. It's intense. Yeah, Aleister Crowley got down. Penny Lane. Yes, we should definitely revive naked fire dancing. All in favor? Type I. I. A Spy from Cairo by Nafas. It's a good song. It sounds familiar, but I don't recognize it. How did you come up with the name of Atlas for your future son? No, Atlas isn't my future son. He was born a couple days ago. So Atlas is officially in the world. But I didn't come up with the name. My girlfriend hit me with like 50 names, and Atlas was one of them. was the last one, and I was like, fuck yeah, that one. Well, it was the last one because that's what we decided on. But one of my favorite books growing up was Atlas Shrugged, and I don't know, it just really made an impact on me. A lot of people don't like it now, especially in like the spiritual world or the progressive world, the liberal world, hate on it because it is a political book, and it definitely leans towards the right. It leans towards in favor of capitalism and materialism. So it gets somewhat of a bad rap, but I don't know. It just made a huge impact on my life. And so I've always liked the word Atlas. Not to mention the history of Atlas. He holds the world on his shoulders. But so here's the story. There's a story in my head around Atlas and where it came from. The book is called Atlas Shrugged, and the reason why it's called Atlas Shrugged. So the thesis of the book is you have your powerhouses of humans who create everything, who produce everything. Your Henry Fords of the world, who just the Teslas who revolutionize society. And then you have the people who don't like that all the power resides in just a few people. And so they start stripping away the power of these heavy producers in the book. This is what they're doing. They're saying, all right, the Henry Fords, take away their power. They have too much power. They have too much money. They have too many things. It needs to be spread out amongst everyone. And so after a while, the Henry Fords say, fine, you can have it. Like, I'm done. I'm done creating. I'm done. Like, you can just do your thing. Like, you can have it. You can have everything. You can have my wealth. You can have my railroads. You can have my steel factories. You can have my oil plants. You can have everything. Take it. I'm done. It's yours. And so the symbology of Atlas Shrugged is that's what they're doing. Atlas were the powerhouse producers of the world, and he shrugged it. He said, fuck it, I'm done. Because Atlas is the person who carried the world in Greek mythology on his shoulders, right? He's carrying the world on his shoulders. And that's what the powerhouse individuals do. They carry the world on their shoulders with their inventions and their production. So they said, fuck it, and they shrugged it. So when I heard the name Atlas, and I liked the book, and I liked the meaning, and I was like, all right, my son Atlas could be this powerhouse, but he'll be a powerhouse of his own volition, right? A powerhouse where it's like he answers to his highest truth and not everyone else's highest truth, like a reinvention of he who carried the world on his shoulders. Of course, I didn't say all this shit at the time. I was just like, yes, Atlas is amazing. I love that name. So that's where Atlas came from. That's why at least I like it so much. My girlfriend, I'm not sure how she came across it. I should ask her, but I'm not sure. I think she was going through a baby name book and just all her favorites she was giving to me. Damn, there's lots of eyes in here trying to naked fire dance. Son of Earth and Sky. I know. People don't like it, especially in the spiritual world. For reasonable reasons, people don't like it. But again, I don't know. I liked it. Gianni, yo. I know you guys can hate on Ayn Rand as much as you want. My criticism of Atlas Shrugged and Ayn Rand is that it's a little overly idealistic. It's not as black and white. It's not as plain as she made it out to be. And I get that. I understand that. It's not realistic. It's slightly exaggerated, of course, but I don't know. To be fair, now we're talking politics. To be fair, the antithesis of that would be socialism, and we've tried socialism a number of times over the 20th century, and it failed miserably. China, Russia, a number of Eastern European countries. Venezuela is currently mass murdering its own citizens with tanks and shit. Like, socialism has failed time and time again under different people's criticism is, well, they just weren't doing it right. And it's like, how many times do you have to try this system? How many millions of people have to die under this type of political setup before you say, okay, maybe that's not the way. Maybe we got to go back to the drawing board and come up with something else. I don't know. Again, political ideas and political views have a lot to do with how we were raised, how we see the world, and how we would like to see the world go forward. So it's hard to say one is right and one is wrong. Because the idea is to serve as many people as you can. And that's all anyone's trying to do, whether you're a socialist or you're a capitalist. What you're really trying to do is serve as many people in the best, most humane way you can. And unfortunately, it is human to be corrupt. You have corrupts in capitalism, you have corrupts in socialism. All we can do is minimize the corruptness. So that's why it's hard for me. It's hard for me to debate politics because I'm almost too open. I'm almost too empathic to other people's circumstances. Like, I'll let anything go because it's like, oh, well, based on their experiences, it's okay that they act that way. And it's like, no, that's not true, because people act like fucking dickheads. And sure, they have really good reasons why they act like dickheads, but that doesn't mean it's okay for people to act like dickheads, you know? So it's tough. Talks on politics are tough. I don't make too many videos on politics because of that reason. But I'm an Aries, so I love to debate and I love to argue with people. But as I get older, I only want to debate and argue when it's useful, when it helps, when it either strengthens my ideas or someone else's, or makes me come to a better understanding of something. As long as it's a useful debate and argument, I'm down for it. But I used to just want to debate anyone just for the sake of fucking intellectual prowess, He will be a lantern, son of earth and sky. Atlas is also the globe, by the way, you guys. What's my... Oh, man, I just dipped my hair in my dreadlocks. My girlfriend's into spirituality, too. She's down for the cause. The dance will definitely warm us up. It is a bit cold outside, but we just have to Wim Hof. Get naked, Wim Hof, light the fire, dance around the moon, Aleister Crowley style. Connor. Yes, he was. Thanks, Yaksha. We definitely need someone to hand out the towels. Damn, Tori. Shit just got real with that last comment. I kind of believe that too, though. Aries gang, what up? Jake the Snake, that's a good point. Yeah, the name, I see. I don't actually know if the name influences the person or if the name finds the person because it's fitting. My name means wood dweller, and I love being among the trees. Like I have hiked in the night, pitch black, without lights or anything, in the trees for hours. It's one of my favorite things. So I love being in trees. I don't know fucking why. I just love it. And my name means wood dweller, one who like lives in the trees. So what came first? Did my name make me have a love for trees, or did me having love for trees influence my circumstances to give me the name of Keith? Who knows? Like chicken or the egg? Which one comes first? Oh, Bree, how's it going? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Where does the circle begin? Uh, in my backyard. That's where the circle begins. um, Chakras and chasers. What up? How's it going? Whoever said that they're in Florida right now, all you guys on the East Coast that are up in this, well, anyone who's in this room, period. I just wanted to say that I'm very thankful that you guys are here because it's Thursday. No, it's not Thursday because it's Wednesday. And you guys could be anywhere reading books, doing whatever twisted ass rituals that you guys are into, flying on broomsticks. I don't know, carving emerald tablets, Bill Gorman. But you're here hanging out with the squad, and I really appreciate that. Um, because inevitably it helps me live the kind of life that I want and get to the places that I want to be and do the wonderful things that I want to do. So I don't take your guys' participation and presence lightly. I do appreciate that. So this drink is to you guys, but not bottoms up because this is just gin. I'm not trying to slam gin, but yeah. That's Salavi. Yeah. Yeah. On my way for the circle, old and miserable. Bring your ass, dog. The circle's out back. Peace out, Connor. Thanks for being here, man. Thank you for the blesses. I had a little some fucking cold. 1 a.m. Hmm. Oh, yeah, it's a good time to read Chakras and Chasers. Good call. All right. About that time, you guys. We've been chit chatting for a while. How long has this live been running? A good hour or so? Jane Faye. Life is good, you guys. Life is good. All right, you guys, pack your bowls, pour your drinks. Grab your blankies. We're about to finish reading the Emerald Tablets in a second here. Oh, hey, Miss Shy, don't sweat it. There'll be lots more. Where are we? Oh, in the book? I'm not sure. Give me 1 second to see where we're at. 5 zodiac signs who micro cheat according to astrology. We're not going to read that. Emerald. I'm looking up the text for Emerald Tablets, you guys. Emerald Tablets Index. Crystal Inks. I believe we're on... Damn, I think we have a lot left. We have like 4 chapters left. No? The cause of law and effect, I think. Taught the Atlantean, conquered I, have I. The law of time, space, knowledge have I gained of the future of time. All the features an open book to him who can read. All effect shall bring forth its causes. Know ye the future is not fixed or stable, but varies as cause brings forth an effect. Was anyone in here for the last reading? Do you guys remember if we did the law of cause and effect, the key of prophecy? I don't think we did, because it's not looking familiar. Robert Pottinger, welcome to the channel. Everyone say hello to Robert Pottinger, because I don't recognize his face and he might be new. Earth. Did we ever do the Kabbalion? No, we haven't, but we can definitely do the Kabbalion if you want to. Made my name so dark. Death in Sky. We did 9 and 10. Shows 11 and 12. The only thing is, last time we did a video, I only read one of them. That's right. I didn't make it to 12 because Yeah. Okay, so we're on 12. We didn't make it to 11. I got too tired and didn't finish it. So we didn't do 12. Oh, man. All my candles that I make they're not inside of glass. So when they get to the bottom, the wax just runs everywhere, which is kind of a bummer because it just started to run everywhere. It looks cool, but it's not very useful. Hmm. Okay, you guys. We will begin at 10. I don't know. Like 10, 12 or so. So if you guys have to use the restroom or anything, just feel free. Ooh, the name of my gin is called typically the Botanist. It's actually pretty expensive. It was like $50 for this bottle. No, well, it would have been $50 if I didn't have the homie hookup, but it's called the Botanist. How cool does that look? Put the candle behind it. This is what we're drinking, you guys. The Botanist. The label says the Botanist is Le Dry Gin. Is a gin of layered complexity. A progressive exploration of the botanical heritage of our Isle of Islay. 9 classic gin botanicals are augmented by 22 local herbs and flowers, foraged responsibly and by hand from the hills, shores, and bogs of the fertile Hebridean island by our own team of botanical scientists. The result is a gin as much for the mind as the palate, a thinking person's gin, a roller coaster, botanical odyssey in a glass. This video was sponsored by The Botanist. No, it wasn't. So, I've always liked gin the most because it smells like pine trees to me. And like I said, love being in the woods, especially pine trees. I love being in pine woods. And to me, it smells like pine trees. So I've always liked gin. Son of Earth and Sky. The music in the background is called Daduk Meditation. Daduk Meditation. I will, old and miserable, look for that mushroom. You guys are too cute. The Thoth sculpture found is covered pine sap from the tree of life. Yeah, thanks for the tips on the shrink wraps for the candles. I don't. Yeah, I'll Wait, what? How the hell do you wrap shrink wrap around your candles? Because if I light it, then the candle's gonna burn the shrink wrap. No, that doesn't seem safe. Oh shit! Whoops. Okay, we're ready to do the tablets. By the way, you guys. So whenever you guys want to kick it off, I have to light. All my candles are running out right now. Good thing I'm a candle maker, and I have a never-ending supply of candles. The best part about being a candle maker is having an unlimited supply of candles at all times. Oh, no. I meant like once it starts to burn and like won't the flame melt the shrink wrap to the candle? That's what I was that unless I'm not understanding you right. Um Son of Earth and Sky, that's a good idea. Okay, guys. We're gonna crack off. Kraken, release the Kraken. This next chapter. Everyone say hello to Lizzie, by the way. She's mad cool. That would be Lioness Lizzie. Oh. They've kept the wax, inside and just nice. Nice. I guess I'm gonna have to start shrink wrapping my shit. That's cool. I didn't know that. Reach up to the sky for the ozone layer. Come on, player. What's a hole? Always. Oh, my clothes open like all right. You guys can't take me back to my ludicrous days. I'll go Luda on you if you want me to. I'll go Luda. I'll do it. I'll go back to Luda. Me and Luda go way back. Come on, player. What's a hole? Always. And holes on my clothes open like always. Okay, you guys. No, Lizzie, we were about to kick off the reading. Yes, Son of Earth and Sky. I did listen to it. It was just instrumental, right? I thought there was gonna be words in the music that you sent me. It's nice, actually. I liked it. It wasn't at all what I was expecting. I meant to write you back, dude. Sorry, my bad. But I did listen to it and I did like it. Yeah, lava. Ooh, foil. Now we're talking. Sleeps on Earth. Earth and Son of Earth and Sky. Oh, of water and fire. Of air and earth. Okay. Well, we will begin whenever you guys tell me to go. So I'll be waiting for you guys' comments. Guys, we don't smoke here at Man of Letters, all right? We don't do that, right? We don't smoke the devil's lettuce here, you guys. We just burn oregano. Oregano is good for the gums. It's good for the teeth. It's good for the gut flora. Okay. Well, we will begin now. The Emerald Tablets, written by Thoth the Atlantean. Tablet 12. The law of cause and effect. The key of prophecy. Sorry, you guys. I know I built that up hard. But do you want me to do a reading and commentary, or do you just want me to read the thing from start to finish? Right? Because we do it both ways. Thoughts? Concerns? Because the law of cause and effect happens to be one of my favorite ones from the Kabbalion. So remember, the Kabbalion takes everything from the Emerald Tablets. But the law of cause and effect is really interesting, and it's a really fun one to describe and to learn about. So I would stop a lot during this reading, is what I'm getting at. Okay. Okay. I'll try to keep them short then, because it could get long. Okay, so we'll do reading with commentary. Continuing, Emerald Tablets, Thoth the Atlantean, Chapter 12, Cause and Effect, the key of prophecy. So our first commentary, which is why I stopped, is in the title. Cause and effect is prophecy, which is why prophecy is not set in stone, because prophecy takes into consideration everything that's happening at this very moment and says if everything stays this course, this is going to happen. That's prophecy. But of course, we're acting in the moment, and each decision changes the past and it changes the future while being in the now, paradoxically enough. So what this chapter is teaching you is how to prophesize, how to be a sightseer, not because you're a quote-unquote magician, but because you're an alchemical magician, which teaches pattern, it teaches laws, it teaches principles, it teaches cause and effect. That being said, that's what we're going to be learning about, cause and effect, prophecy. List ye, O man, to the words of my wisdom. List to the voice of Thoth the Atlantean. Conquered have I the law of time-space. Knowledge have I gained of the future of time. Know I that man in his movement through space-time shall ever be one with the all. Know ye, O man, that all the future is an open book to him who can read. All effect shall bring forth its causes, as all effects grew from the first cause. Know ye the future is not fixed or stable, but varies as cause brings forth to effect. Looked in the cause, thou shalt bring into being, and surely thou shalt see that all is effect. Oh, you guys, this is gold. It's gold. It's gold. It's what everything ever is based on. It's how we figure out the unknown by studying the known. It's because all effects come from a cause, and all causes create effects. Therefore, they are linked together throughout time and throughout space, everywhere in any dimension ever will be connected to everything else because we all came from one thing, the word or energy or whatever you want to call it, right? We all there was an original something that we cannot describe that put everything into motion. And since we all come from that thing, we are all linked to that thing. That's why we have a holographic universe. That's why people say as above, so below. The two laws are tied together. So, O man, be sure that the effects that ye bring forth are ever causes of more perfect effects. Know ye the future is never in fixation, but follow man's free will as it moves through the movements of time, space toward the goal where a new time begins. I don't know what the fuck that means. New goal where a new time begins. I'm not sure. Man can only read the future through the causes that bring the effects. Seek ye within the causation, and surely ye shall find the effects. List ye, O man, while I speak of the future. Speak of the effect that follows the cause. Know ye that man in his journey lightward is ever seeking escape from the night that surrounds him, like the shadows that surround the stars in the sky, and like the stars in the sky space, he too shall shine from the shadows of night. Ever his destiny shall lead him onward until he is one with the light. Aye, through his way lights midst the shadows. Ever before him glows the great light, dark through the way be yet shall be conquered the shadows that flow around him like night. Far in the future I see man as light-born, free from the darkness that fetters the soul, living in light without the bounds of the darkness to cover the light that is the light of their soul. Know ye, O men, before ye attain this, that many of the dark shadows shall fall on your light, striving to quench with the shadows of darkness the light of the soul that strives to be free. Great is the struggle between light and darkness, age old and yet ever new. Yet, know in a time far in the future, light shall be all, and darkness shall fail. List ye, O man, to my words of wisdom. Prepare, and ye shall not bind your light. Man has risen and man has fallen as ever new waves of consciousness flow from the great abyss below us toward the sun of their goal. Ye, my children, have risen from a state that was little above the beast, until now of all men ye are greatest. Yet before thee were others greater than thee. Yet tell I thee as before thee others have fallen, so also shall ye come to an end. And upon the land where ye dwell now, barbarians shall dwell and churn rise to light. Forgotten shall be the ancient wisdom, yet ever shall live, though hidden from men. Aye. In the land thou callest Chem, races shall rise and races shall fall. Forgotten shalt thou be of the children of men. Yet thou shalt have moved to a star space beyond this, leaving behind this place where thou hast dwelt. The soul of man moves ever onward, bound not by any one star, but ever moving to the great goal before him, where he is dissolved in the light of the all. Know ye that ye shall ever go onward, moved by the law of cause and effect, until in the end both become one. This ascension to oneness is the ultimate goal. This is why I keep saying, in the end, it will become one. In the end, it will become one. In the end, it will become one. The law of cause and effect doesn't become one. We become one, and therefore exit the matrix, or exit the illusion, or exit the dream, or exit the thought. Because only outside of oneness exist the laws that are in place, that are in nature. Like when we talk about the law of cause and effect, or the law of mentalism, or of vibration, correspondence, rhythm, polarity, gender, all these things. These things only exist outside of oneness. When you have that separation in the form of the ego, right? That thing that separates us from oneness, that gives us our individuality, that gives us our sense of having a unique experience. When we have that, we exist in a world of laws that the Kabbalion teaches, that the Emerald Tablets teach. And by using these laws, we navigate existence. We navigate more easily knowing these laws. But the laws operate, right? So people who don't understand these laws or don't know about them are still influenced by them. It doesn't necessarily matter how that works. What matters is the ascension. And I don't know, I guess that unique quality of everything coming together. Hold on, I need to fix. All right, my bad. Where did we leave off? God, others shall move in places ye have lived. All right. Ages to come shall see revival of wisdom to those who shall inherit thy place on this star. They shall in turn come into wisdom and learn to banish the darkness by light. Yet greatly must they strive through the ages to bring unto themselves the freedom of light. Then shall there come into man the great warfare that shall make the earth tremble and shake in its course. Aye, then shall the dark brothers open the warfare between light and the night. When man again shall conquer the ocean and fly in the air on wings like birds, when he has learned to harness the lightning, then shall the time of warfare begin. Great shall be the battle betwixt the forces, great the warfare of darkness and light. Nation shall rise against nation, using the dark forces to shatter the earth. Weapons of force shall wipe out the earthmen until half of the races of men shall be gone. Then shall come forth the sons of the morning, and give their edict to the children of men, saying, O men, cease from thy striving against thy brother. Only thus can ye come to the light. Cease from thy unbelief, O my brother, and follow the path, and know ye are right. Then shall men cease from their striving, brother against brother, and father against son. Then shall the ancient home of my people rise from its place beneath the dark ocean waves. Then shall the age of light be unfolded, with all men seeking the light of the goal. Then shall the brothers of the light rule the people. Banished shall be the darkness of night. Aye, the children of men shall progress onward and upward to the great goal. Children of light shall they become. Flame of the flame shall their souls ever be. Knowledge and wisdom shall be man's in the great age, for he shall approach the eternal flame. The source of all wisdom, the place of beginning, that is yet one with the end of all things. Aye, in a time that is yet unborn, all shall be one, and one shall be all. Man, a perfect flame of this cosmos, shall move forwards to a place in the stars. I shall move even from out of this space-time into another beyond the stars. Long have ye listened to me, O my children, long have ye listened to the wisdom of Thoth. Now I depart from ye into darkness. Now go I to the halls of Amenti, there to dwell in the future when light shall come again to man. Yet know ye, my spirit shall ever be with thee, guiding thy feet in the pathway of the light. Guard ye the secrets I have with thee, and surely my spirit will guard thee through life. Keep thine eyes ever on the pathway to wisdom. Keep the light as thy goal evermore. Fetter not thy soul in bondage of darkness. Free let it swing in its flight to the stars. Now I depart thee to dwell in Amenti. Be thou my children in this life and the next. The time will come when ye too shall be deathless, living from age to age, a light among men. Guard ye the entrances to the halls of Amenti. Guard ye the secrets I have hidden among ye. Let not the wisdom be cast to barbarians. Secret shall keep it. Secret shall thou keep it for those who seek light. Now depart I. Receive thou my blessing. Take thou my way and follow the light. Blend thou thy soul in the great essence, one with the great light. Let thy consciousness be. Call thou on me when thou dost need me. Use my name 3 times in a row. Chekatet, Aralik, Volmalite. Done. It's late. Dope, y'all. Do I think that ego, lower self causes separation? Slavi Studio, that's a damn good question. So Slavi Studio asked, do I think that ego / lower self causes separation? No. I think the ego is a result of the separation, or a gift of the separation, or a byproduct of the separation. But I do not believe that it causes the separation. If I may be so bold in saying, I would think that the all created separation. Well, I got you. Now, this isn't what I believe 100%. This is what the Hermeticists teach. It seems like it makes the most sense to me, so I'll say that. But the all creates the separation by having the original thought. So we have to have something in order to have this illusion of separation, right? It's hard to say that the all wants things, because to say that the all wants things is to give it human characteristics, and that's damn near on blasphemous, right? So yeah, the ego doesn't create the separation. The ego is just a tool in that separated world. I read in the Kabbalah, actually, I've talked about this before on my channel. It said something that kind of rocked my world, and it stuck with me ever since. And it says that evil is a necessity because evil is that thing which separates us. So the Kabbalah, which is closely tied to Hermetics, the Kabbalah says that evil is that thing that separates us, that causes the separation, causes the fall, quote unquote, fall of man. I don't know. It's crazy though. It's a strong case for the ego, if that. But the reason why the ego is so dark is because it's the ego's job to see differences, because differences are what make experience exist, right? Opposites. If you had no opposite, you wouldn't exist. Because to say you have no opposite is to say that it's all oneness. And if it's all oneness, well, then you as an individual don't exist. It's now back to oneness, where everything is existing simultaneously, now and forever. There's no time, there's no space, there's no reality, there is reality, but it's the substantial reality from which all other realities exist. So we have to have differences. That's why the ego exists. You exist upon things that resist you. Plain and simple. Alan Watts says that. He says we wouldn't exist if there was no floor, right? The floor resists humanity. We walk upon it, but we exist because of it. But it gets so caught up with the idea that consciousness gets caught up with the idea that it is its ego, right? So we are all sparks of the same consciousness. Like, here's consciousness, here's the plane of existence. My hand is that ethereal wall. Here's oneness, if it were fucking one thing, and it squeezes out in between reality. And so you have existence, right? But then it's like, now there's me, and there's you, and there's a tree, and there's a dog, and there's the mailman, and there's a blade of grass, and there's all these infinite amount of things in existence, all existing as individual things by their own relative ego. And then that's what existence is. It's oneness experiencing itself as a whole bunch of individual things, but oneness forgets, right? Because part of the game is to forget so that we can remember again. And remembering is the ascension. That's why the goal is to ascend, because the goal is to remember. The goal is to slip back and go, oh, fuck, that's right. I am that I am. I am that I am. That's why the saying goes that way. It's I am that I am. And if you break the comma up, you'll see it's I am that. 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 I am that I am. I am that I am. Which is oneness. So again, when we're out here, we have these laws. We have things like polarity, because polarity is differences. The law of polarity says that everything that exists must have an opposite. Otherwise, it cannot exist. So you cannot have love without hate. You can't have sadness without happiness. You can't have courage without fear. And not only can you not have both love and hate, but both love and hate are the same thing, which is surprisingly, I would say 99, maybe not 99, but 9 out of 10 people who would consider themselves spiritual people these are in my words, not anyone else's. I would say 9 out of 10 people that consider themselves spiritual and believe in oneness and to kind of know the goings on of the spiritual world are wrong. And their most fundamental principle of life in saying that it's all love, which is wrong, you guys. It's not all love. Gets all epic and spooky and shit. So here's the reason. I'll tell you why that's the case, and then I'll tell you why that's important to distinguish. So it's the case that it's not all love because, again, love has an opposite, which is hate. And no, fear is not the opposite of love. I hate when people say that. Fear is the opposite. Fear is not the opposite of love. Courage is the opposite of fear. Hate is the opposite of love. Can we put out a newsletter on that to make sure everyone's on the same page? Love and hate are the opposites, but they are the same thing to varying degree, right? You have love on this side, you have hate on the other side. But all you're doing is you're saying, put your consciousness over here, put your consciousness over there. The line that you're measuring is the infinite thing. It is the infinite. That line that you're measuring is the infinite. But to say love and hate is to say, okay, now our awareness is on that part of the line. And what we hate is to shift our awareness and say, okay, that part of the continuum consists as hate. That part of the continuum consists as love. There's a whole myriad of things in the middle of that. And they're all more or less subjective except the extremes. Like you shouldn't murder your child, for example. We would all consider objectively that that's pretty far on this side, which represents hate. Whereas raising or being a unicorn breeder or something ridiculous like that is like ultimate love, right? As long as you like unicorns or something. I don't know, it's being ridiculous, but you get what I'm saying. Love and hate are the opposites. So to say that everything is love is false, because it's not all love. There's love out here in the world, there's hate, there's fear, there's sadness, there's a whole bunch of different things. What it is, like to say it's all love, I would cross out love and just put you know what I mean? If you understand that, then you understand what it all is. And that's all I can say. I can't, there's no other way to say what it all is. So why that's important, why it's important to realize that it's not all love is because Let's see if I can say this really concisely. The stronger we grow something, the stronger we grow its opposite. Because life balances itself, nature balances itself, existence balances itself. In the Hermetics, we call this the law of rhythm, one of the other 7 fundamental rules of life. Okay, so rhythm says that while there are 2 opposites, right? That's the law of polarity, says that there's 2 opposites. Rhythm says that life will swing between those 2 opposites, constantly in a rhythm. It'll always swing from night to day, sadness to happiness, etc. We've talked about this a number of times on my channel. So, but what we haven't talked about too much is that rhythm compensates. So the higher you swing the pendulum to the right, the further it's going to swing to the left. So if we say it's all love, it's all love, it's all love, it's all love, when we put extreme emotion into love being everything, we grow its counterpart, which is hate. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Glass, Mr. Glass. It's my boy Samuel L. Jackson is Mr. Glass. They said something that I literally started tearing because the amount of truth that was just low key slid in for everyone to hear was just, it was huge, it was phenomenal, and it was real. What they said in the movie was so in the movie they kill all the superheroes. And Glass, what they try to do is they try to convince 3 superheroes that they're just crazy people imagining being superheroes, and they sort of succeed because they start thinking, oh my god, maybe I'm crazy, my wife died and my son is this and I had a bad childhood. Oh my god, you're right, I'm crazy, like I'm not a superhero. So turns out at the end of the movie, what happened was, they weren't crazy, they were actually superheroes. And what the agency told them, the agency that kills superheroes, is the lady said, don't worry, we don't just kill your kind. We don't just kill the good guys. We kill the bad guys too. We don't just kill the bad guys. We kill the good guys too. And the reason why was because the extremes were killing the planet. Because if you had a superhero that existed, a villain has to grow to meet him. And if you have a villain that rises to great heights, there must be a hero to match him. Same thing with Star Wars and I get the names confused, but one of the recent Star Wars is where the Sith Lord sees the girl, that's the new Jedi that's trained by the old Luke Skywalker. He feels her power and he says something like, you're just as powerful as I thought. I knew since my trainee was so powerful that his opposite was sure to grow from the light. And this is just how existence works. The more strongly concentrated you have on one side, the other side will rise to meet it because they're the same thing. Opposites are the same, so they must match each other. So to focus on love is to focus on, more or less, crudely said, is to focus on hate. Because again, you're bringing into existence, then you're bringing into something that's opposite. You're bringing in something as holy and as love as God, then you're bringing in something as twisted and demented and dark as Satan, right? Or the devil, whoever you would consider Satan, right? One cannot exist without the other. So it's not all love. Again, it's all. I know. Shit keeps me up at night. I gotta catch up with you guys' comments. Damn, you guys have been busy in the chat room, I see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with all that. I'm going to do a spitfire to all you guys' questions in the comments. And if you want me to elaborate, let me know. Penny Lane, is ego necessary? Yes. Bree, like duality? Yes. Jake the Snake, the ego is a tool. It's necessary to make human. Yes. Is separation the same as duality? No. Separation would represent loosely your and mine micro consciousness is separated from oneness. And in that separation, duality exists. But so they're not the same thing. Duality exists as a result of separation, but they're not the same thing. Wouldn't duality be addressed by the law of polarity? Yes, Solavi Studio. Good and evil are just different ends of the same life. Penny Lane, yes. What are the halls of a mentee? I don't know exactly. Bree, so does that mean ego is the separation? Yes. I don't know. Yes, I would say ego is the separation. Or it might be a result of the separation. Or it could be the separation. That's I'm not sure. Reality is a complex thing with many subparts. Brent, first of all, hello, Brent. Everyone say what's up to Brent. I don't think I've seen him before. Second of all, reality is a complex thing with many subparts. Yes, reality is the most complex thing. Taking in all this otherworldly knowledge. Bree, how are they the same thing? No, you guys, they are not. They are the same. This is what I'm saying. This is what you guys have to. So I'm still deep in you guys' comments from maybe 10 minutes ago, but you may have. I'm not so. Penny Lane said they are interchangeable, not necessarily the same. No, what I'm saying is love and hate are exactly the same thing. Here's a better example. Temperature. 90 degrees Fahrenheit and 30 degrees Fahrenheit are both measuring the same exact, literally, and I mean literally, not the way a millennial kid uses the word literally, but I mean the definition of literally. Hot and cold are measuring the same exact literal thing, heat energy. 90 degrees is measuring a heat energy. 30 degrees is measuring a heat energy. The only difference between the two is where on the scale the attention is, the focus is. So you move that scale, your attention over to 90 degrees, you're now at 90 degrees. That's the only way 90 differs from 30 is where your perspective is. Love and hate is the same way. Some people who, for example, some people who do hateful things think they're doing loving things. Like think of Marvel. What's the Marvel universe? The most recent one where the dude kills half of all living things. Thanos kills half of all living things. What can be more hateful than murdering half of the things in existence? You think Hitler's bad? He killed a few million people. This guy killed half the fucking universe. But what he thought he was, including his own daughter, but what he thought he was doing was loving. Who's right? He believed in his heart of hearts that he was doing a loving act of kindness for existence by getting rid of half of the people because he believed it was overpopulated and that it was killing the universe. So somewhere down the line, who's to say that he didn't actually benefit the universe in the grand scheme of things? No one can. No one can. We can't tell if one murderer by chance kills someone who would have murdered 20 times the amount of people that he would have murdered. So where do we draw the line of good and bad? We don't. We draw the line with our consciousness, with our perception, and we lean towards the light. We lean towards truth and towards the right thing through knowledge, through wisdom, through education, by knowing and understanding, which is what this channel is for. But love and hate are the same fucking thing, you guys. They are the same thing. If anything, hate is just an absence of love. I'll give you that. I don't know if this is true, but I read it somewhere, and I don't know how much I buy into it. But what I read to further this talk that makes people feel a little better about it is that the positive side of the scale is closer to home. And that's the only thing that really exists. Like love is all there is, and hate is an absence of love, and that happiness is all that exists. Sadness is just a lack of happiness. So I'm okay with that. We can go with that definition and say that love is the only thing that exists, and that hate is a lack of love. But that still has the same definition. That still says that hate is love, just less of it. You know what I mean? Again, love and hate are the same thing. You guys, if you're gonna be down this road, I'm telling you, life will be a lot easier. That's not to say that people don't do fucked up things. Again, people do fucked up things all the time. I'm not negating that. I'm just saying that love and hate don't have anything to do with people doing fucked up things. But people just do fucked up things. So I'm trying to keep up with you guys' comments right now. Thanos done whooped everyone's ass. Yes, he fucking did whoop everyone's ass. Jake the Snake, thanks for hanging out, man. Aliens versus demons. Gianni, when I'm done catching up with comments, I'll answer that. Don't let me forget. Let me just... That sounds like it's going to take us down a completely different rabbit hole. And we got... Bree. It's a good way of putting it. So is there really no such thing as bad or good, but just the intent behind your actions? As long as you mean well, you are good. Bree, that's also something noteworthy. So Bree, to answer your question, Bree asks, so is there really no such thing as bad or good, but just the intent behind your actions? No, that's also not true. So when people say that there's no such thing as good or bad, that's also false. That seems to make the most sense. Like, okay, if there's no such thing as good or bad, then it's all your perception, and as long as you have good intent. Like, no. Again, Thanos' intention was good, help the universe. His way of doing it, bad, by killing half the universe, right? So, no, our intent is not what makes something good, because our is misguided. Fucking, you guys, people who are asleep by the status quo's version definition of asleep, most people are, and most people no, they're not. People don't know what their intentions are most of the time. People don't know what the hell they want most of the time. People are confused most of the time. Therefore, their intentions are sometimes theirs. Sometimes their intentions are someone else's will who is stronger than theirs imposed on them, and they think it's their own will, but it's just marketing, and they're buying shit because they've been programmed to buy shit, and they've been going to schools because they've been programmed to go to certain schools. To answer your question, Bree, there is, while good and bad are the same thing, it's the man, these topics and concepts are like, there's such a big web of interconnectedness to them. Like, they all tug on each other. There has to be a hierarchy, right? There has to be a good and a bad in a sense of direction. Like, should I go left or should I go right? There has to be a map, in other words, to go forward through life, which means there has to be decisions that are better to make than other decisions to get you to where you want to be. So good and bad do matter, right? Good and bad are the same thing, right? But 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 they do matter. Good and bad do matter as far as your choices that you make. And then you just get down to the age-old question of, well, why do people do fucking bad things? And I don't know. Or how is it that someone can murder a bunch of people and think in his heart of hearts that he's doing a good thing? I don't know. Existence is twisted, man. Existence is twisted. Anything goes in existence. That's what's so beautiful about existence, is that anything goes. Anything you guys can fucking conceive of, I don't care how outrageous it is, can and inevitably will be done at some point in the infiniteness of existence. Whatever you can imagine will happen. It's beautiful and it's terrifying. But such is existence. Such is living out here in the matrix, in the illusion, in the persistent illusion of our current reality. All we can do is learn how to use the laws. That's one of the things that I really appreciate about the Kabbalion and about the Hermetics, is that it doesn't teach good or bad. It doesn't teach you how to be a good person. Because who has the audacity to do that? Again, how do you know what's good for everyone? How can you say this is good for all you 7.5 billion people in the world? No one can fucking say that. But what we can do, what we strive to do, is just teach the people the patterns of what is going on. And what I write about in my book is exactly that. And what I write about in my book is taken directly from the Kabbalion. Same fucking 7 laws. Mentalism, everything exists in the mind, first and foremost. Vibration, everything that exists emits a frequency unique to that thing. Correspondence, which is as above, so below. Then you have vibration. Did I say that already? Polarity is about opposites. Rhythm is about the swinging pendulum between those opposites. Cause and effect. And you have the law of gender. Everything that exists has masculine and feminine built inside of it, creating a harmonious blend of the two. Yeah. Son of earth and sky. That was so beautifully put. Exactly. I actually use that example a lot. That's such a good example. The further you get from the sun, the colder and darker it gets, right? But then think about it. How fun is it to be an explorer? Like, imagine the explorers who had exploration in their veins and they landed on the beaches in Brazil. And this world was nothing like theirs. The sun shone differently. The moon came down different. The birds made different noises. The animals made different noises. Things wanted to kill them. Things could heal them. The ocean was different smell and different color. The people looked different. It was a place hidden in darkness to them. And that's the beauty about existence, is that there's an infinite amount of things to discover out there. But things are only discoverable because they are first hidden from us. And things are only hidden from us when they're in the dark. So while the dark is a quote unquote bad thing and bad place, the dark is also where all the mysteries are. Which I don't think I answered. Whoever asked me the question before about why the occult has a bad rap is because the occult deals with dark things, because people who are into the occult love discovering things, and you can't discover something that's in the light, right? Like shit's, or I guess you could if you overlooked it your entire life, but it's there. Like you just, oh shit, there's a fucking plate in front of me. It's been the whole time. As compared to looking into a dark room, God knows what could be inside that dark room. Dreadlife 420, my favorite Kendrick Lamar song. I have no idea. I don't know any Kendrick Lamar songs. I know that you guys are probably going to be mad at me for saying that, but my music taste for the past 5 years has been very limited. I'm very careful with what music I listen to. I tend to listen more to sounds than lyrics these days for the past few years. So there's a couple of Kendrick Lamar songs that are bangers, of course, that I like, but I don't know them off the top of my head. It's 11:11, make a wish. Whoops. Damn, you guys are dropping knowledge in the comment section right now. I've probably heard Fear Dreadlife 420. I just don't know it by name. So a doodle doo doo, a boodle doo doo. Oh no. I need a designated J roller, you guys. Any of you guys out there designated J rollers? Oh man, that couldn't have played out better. Who's Kendrick Lamar? That's too funny. That is hilarious. Fuck, this thing's hot. What? All right, you guys. I think only 45 minutes long. The last music I was playing, like on the YouTube. This is what we were. Oh damn! Well, blunts too. I just need a designated roller because I don't know how to roll either. I've always been the supplier of Dankity Dank for the squad, but never actually the one who rolled the joints. I would just have. I would just have a fat jar of oregano at all times, and be like, "Hey, you roll us up some J's." Trust self. I'm not sure which music you were talking about. I was listening to some straight up Toth shit the other day. Buddha's Lounge. Is this what I'm looking for? Oh man, I'm getting tired. Damn, not even Savage. Savage Garden. How you guys feeling? You guys fucking ready to call it a night or what? Damn, Death Valley. Always wanted to go there. Irian. What's Irian or Irian? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Damn, sounds like you guys is. Ooh, Man of Letters mixtape. um, that was a good stretch. Yeah. On that note, you guys, we're gonna call it. It's been fun. This bottle's been here the whole time. Jesus. You guys have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the love. Oh my god. And I will talk to you guys. Kuyo, son of earth and sky. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. Peace, love, and chicken grease, you guys. Talk to you soon.